There's a good school of them right out there. Look at that, look at them right there. Ooh, another one, look at them. That was cool. But when water temps start pushing 60 in smallmouth country, you can start getting a lot more erratic and aggressive with the jerkbait. As soon as the ice goes out, we catch smallmouth bass, but at that time it's a jerk, jerk, pause, and you're letting the bait sit a lot of times for 5 seconds. On the verge of the spawn, when that water temp starts pushing 60 degrees, sometimes fishing that bait with a lot more aggression will get you bit. And we started out today fishing real slow, and I wasn't catching fish. They'd show themselves on the jerkbait, but they weren't biting, and we're actually just reeling in really quick, and bam, just got clobbered by a nice 20-incher. This is a nice fish here. This is a big one. Look at that, beautiful in this clear water. And I mean, talk about jerkbait country, huh? This fish can see amazingly well. They feed by sight in water like this. And a jerkbait isn't just a springtime cold water lure. They work all year long, spring, summer, and fall. And as the water temps climb, you just start fishing it more aggressively. Look how pretty that is. They're still jackknifing a little bit in that cold water, but you can see the importance of fishing monofilament on a little bit softer rod. This is a Megabass Levante, but it's pretty easy to tear hooks out like this if you're fishing braid or a stiff rod. You know, you want some forgiveness in your rod when you're fishing little treble hooks like that. And he was just skin hooked. And I'll fish it with a, you know, maybe a 3 or 4 jerk, 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 jerk pause versus just a jerk, jerk, pause cadence you do in colder water. Really keep that bait dancing. And that's the deal with the 110. This is one of the most erratic jerkbaits on the market. I mean, the thing just flies around under the water. That gets smallmouth bass in the lather. They see something bouncing around like that, it's as much curiosity, and that's what it takes sometimes. There we go. Nice. What I do in a situation like that, I know there's a bunch of fish right there. I just had 3, 4 of them with this guy. I'll just drop the shallow water anchors so I can cast back to those fish. Nice little bass. You gotta be careful with these guys. It's like one of the most dangerous things known to man, hand grabbing these with those treble hooks. There's 3 or 4 of them with him. You can catch another one. There's a pile of bait fish up shallow. You know, anytime you're dealing with springtime conditions, the first lure you're going to select is something that has a minnow profile, and it might be a swim bait rigged on a jig and just a nice slow steady reel, but when the fish are tough to get to go, triggering them with a jerkbait is tough to beat. That's the deal in the shallow water too, is you connect with the fish, drop your shallow water anchors, get off the trolling motor. When you're in skinny water like this, these fish are spooky. Fan cast the area, you get them tuned up like I just did there, get back on the troll, you know, move up another 20-30 yards until you connect again, and then deploy the talons. And the beauty of 2 shallow water anchors is it actually fixes the position of the boat. So with one, my bow would be swinging around. I still have to stay on the bow mount trolling motor to maintain my casting position. I'm fishing a little Edo Vision 110 Junior. It's a smaller profile bait, but it still has 3 hooks. So I mean, they're sticky baits. And I'm fishing it on the flat side special. This is a Levante 7 foot, and you can see I got quite a bit of bend. It's nice, it's soft, it really absorbs the shock, especially with these smaller treble hook lures. And even rather than fluorocarbon, I'm just fishing straight up mono right now. This is 12-pound monofilament, and that works just fine. I'm actually wanting quite a bit of forgiveness. You know, a little bit colder water, if I gotta go easier with the bait, work it slow, and if the bites are really subtle, yeah, definitely fluorocarbon transmits that bite better. Or even braid, you know, on spinning gear. That's something we use a lot, 10-pound braid with the fluoro leader. 10, 12-pound monofilament does the trick. And take a look at that bait here. You'll notice the color. I'm fishing clear water, but that doesn't necessarily mean that I have to have the most realistic color pattern. This is a Western clown. Brighter, loud colored baits like this, something with some red, some orange, some yellow, fire tiger, they tend to just perk the curiosity of the fish. So it's definitely worth experimenting with colors, but if you're gonna go fishing somewhere up to Mille Lacs or the Great Lakes region, certainly pack some different colors. Pack some loud, bright, and gaudy colors, because they'll oftentimes outproduce just a natural pattern. This is a very realistic looking lure, but the color certainly is contrasting and bright, and in clear water, they can see that for a long ways away. There we go, little guy. Look how curious these fish are. Take a look down there. I got, yeah, there's 2 smallmouth just checking out what's going on. Look at them. 4, 5, 6, I don't know how many are there. They're just swarming down there. Yep, I think we found them.